Hello 500, my name is Brittany and today is Thursday, March 12th, 2020. Today we are going to finish your Junior Reading Expert book. Just do Unit 20 with me today and then we are done. Just like before, I'm going to read the story. I want you to listen, read and follow along with me, then read the story again by yourself. After that, answer some comprehension questions with me and do the rest on your own. Once you are finished, you can take a picture and we will correct it for you. All right, Unit 20, the last unit, is on space. Before reading, do you know what astronauts wear in space? Okay, great. Based on this question and the picture and the title, we can kind of guess what we're going to read about. Look at the picture and tell me if you can guess what this is called. It's a spacesuit. There are a lot of special features about a spacesuit that keep an astronaut safe in space. I'm guessing, based on our question, we're going to read about some of those features today. Let's start. You've probably seen astronauts working outside their spacecraft on TV. This is called a spacewalk. Astronauts go on spacewalks to build or fix things on their spacecraft. They wear spacesuits during their spacewalks, which can be as long as 8 hours. And these are more than just clothes. A spacesuit is like blank. It is made up of many different parts, and each part keeps the astronaut safe in space. The large backpack on the back of the suit is a good example. It is full of oxygen that the astronaut can breathe, and there's a water bag to drink from. Also, water flows through tubes in the astronaut's underwear. This keeps him or her cool in space. Other parts of the suit include small jets. These help the astronaut fly back if he or she floats away from the spacecraft. And space dust makes spacewalks difficult. Of course, there are systems like a radio, a battery, and a computer to let the astronaut work in space. Considering all the parts, it's not surprising that a spacesuit weighs about 280 kilograms. Thanks to weightlessness in space, however, astronauts can do great work in this heavy suit. Okay, now try reading again by yourself and then answer some questions on page 85. When you're finished, hit play again and we'll review the answers together. Okay, you're back. Number 1, what is the passage mainly about? 1, the roles of spacesuits. 2, the types of spacewalks. 3, the work of astronauts. Or 4, the systems of a spacecraft. Well, we can guess right away, just by eliminating, that we're not going to choose 4, because we're not learning about a spacecraft, we're learning about spacesuits. And actually, because we know we're learning about spacesuits, that makes our choice really easy. Our choice, the answer is number 1, because we're learning about spacesuits, how they work, what they do, how they keep astronauts safe in space, all of those things. Number 2, astronauts work outside the spacecraft to do what? Find the keyword work outside the spacecraft, or the key phrase work outside the spacecraft. Where do you see that? You've probably seen astronauts working outside their spacecraft. It's called a spacewalk. Astronauts go on spacewalks to build or fix things. So the answer is to build or fix things. Number 3, which sentence is not needed in the passage? The answer is 3, C. The reason is because we don't need to know about space dust making spacewalks difficult, because we're trying to learn about how space suits help astronauts. We're not learning about what makes it difficult to walk in space. We're learning about what are the things that a suit has to make an astronaut's job easier. So we're learning about the water tanks, the oxygen tanks, the tubes that keep the astronaut cool. It doesn't really matter what's happening in space. We just care about the space suit. Number 4, what is the best choice for the blank A? A spacesuit is like, the answer is, the answer is 3, a personal spacecraft. The reason why we know is because of the sentence, it is made up of many different parts, and each part keeps the astronaut safe in space. So you need to imagine how you are comparing the space suit, which has many different parts on the astronaut, to a spacecraft, which also has many different parts that keep astronauts safe. The reason we know this is because we can eliminate other choices that don't make as much sense. For example, a family home doesn't make much sense because it doesn't have many parts that keep a person safe. A safe message also doesn't make sense because a message doesn't have many parts that keeps you safe. Number 4, a present from the future. It's true that spacesuits can seem futuristic, but the key is whether or not it keeps you safe. So 3, a personal spacecraft. Number 5, what is not true about spacesuits? 3, jets help astronauts to stay around the spacecraft. Oh, wait. No, the answer is 2. A water bag is connected to the spacecraft by tubes. 2 is the answer. Because a water bag is not connected to a spacecraft, it's connected to the spacesuit. Water flows. It says there's it is full, their large backpack on the back of the suit is a good example. It is full of oxygen that the astronaut can breathe, and there's a water bag to drink from on the suit, not on the spacecraft. So my answer key is wrong. Number 2 is not true. Number 6, write true if the statement is true or F if it is false. Number 1, spacewalks usually take a couple of days. That is false. The maximum amount of time you can go on a spacewalk is 8 hours. Number 2, astronauts do not feel the weight of their spacesuits in space. That answer is true. Because of the word weightlessness, that means no weight. We have weightlessness in space because of the lack of gravity. So astronauts don't feel their suits that much. Okay, that is the end of today's lesson. Don't forget to answer the questions on page 86 and 87. We will send you the answer key. You can check it and send your answers back to us. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.